Hey guys, this is Ackley, SamAttack4427 here with, of course, another special video for all of you guys, and yeah, I am so sorry if I didn't get this video out much earlier than I was expecting. I was kind of busy with, of course, other things for sure, but hey, I'm here now with, of course, this latest video as of now, and boy, it looks like it's been long since overdue for me to do this, so... But hey, I figured that maybe now's a good time for me to make this video for sure, so yeah. I guess if anything for today's video, I guess pretty much since I did a video on this topic well over a year ago, I've decided to, of course, do another video on this subject matter for sure, and yeah, I did talk about it previously, and of course, the last video that I did last year for sure, so I kind of figured that I would probably do it again for, of course, this video for sure, so yeah, ultimately kind of rare for me to actually do sequels for, of course, the majority of my videos. In fact, who am I kidding? Most of my videos are basically sequels to previous videos I've done in the past for sure, so yeah, originality has gone out of the window on this channel by far. You figure that one out, so yeah. I guess I might as well dive right into today's video entirely, and yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do for sure. I've got all my notes right here in my hand, and yeah, keep in mind it's all pretty much done live on camera, so yeah, I'm just expressing what I can give, and of course my mind for sure, just to see how it'll go down for sure, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that up front for sure, so yeah, with that being said, let's get right on to this latest topic. So with that being said, for today's video, I've got a question that I figure I would ask all of you. Do you guys remember well over a year ago when I talked about my experience with, of course, a certain thing that has gone on that goes by the name of Broadway in Syracuse? Yeah, I think you can pretty much put the puzzle pieces on the hang for sure, so yeah, if you guys actually may recall, well over a year ago, I actually did a video talking about my experience seeing the good number of Broadway shows as part of the Broadway in Syracuse lineup that I got to be part of for sure, mainly from the 2021 to the 2022 season that they got lined up for sure, and I gotta say, it is, of course, really great for sure, and I actually had a really good time seeing the shows as part of the lineup. So much so that I did recall, I actually did send the videos, yeah, I did send that video to the guys over at Broadway in Syracuse through their Facebook page, and yeah, I actually got a reply back saying that they actually really enjoyed my video that I did, and yeah, I can't blame them for saying that. I think it is actually a really good video that I actually did well over a year ago for sure, and yeah, I think it actually kind of makes sense, of course, on that front, because I did know my bit of history with, of course, Broadway shows in particular, and I do hope to do one video talking about my experience with, of course, musical theater for sure, but hey, I'll get to that when I get to that at some point for sure, but I want to keep my focus mainly on this topic for sure, so... I apologize for, of course, the quick cut for sure. I unfortunately had, of course, I had to change the battery on, of course, my mic again because it was dying again, which kind of sucks for sure, to which I should have invested on, of course, a brand new mic for, of course, my camera for sure, or maybe I should have used my mic that I got for my birthday last year entirely, but I don't have the necessarily cables to import the audio for sure, but hey, what can you do at this point? I'll get it figured out later on for sure, so... But anyways, I'm sure I'll go more into depth on, of course, the subject matter of my experience with musical theater later on, but I do hope to actually, yeah, but I think I want to mainly focus on, of course, this topic for sure, so yeah. Now you might be wondering to yourself, why did I talk about, why am I bringing up my last video that I did talking about Broadway in Syracuse? Well, believe it or not, I decided to, of course, pretty much follow that up with of course this video I'm talking about the season I got to be a part of, following up to the HAG, which is of course their 2022 to 2023 season that they had for sure, and yeah, pretty much compared to the last season for sure, this season they had that I'm talking about actually is a whole lot bigger, with about 5 shows hanging in for sure, pretty much 4 of them being recent hits, and of course 1 classic one that got revived for sure, so yeah, that's actually really quite interesting to talk about for sure, and boy, it looks like I've got a lot to say about them for sure, but hey, if you want a little bit more detail on, of course, some things that I did talk about, to which, by the way, some things I talked about in the last video, I won't talk about again, in, of course, pretty much this video, you can definitely check out my last video that I did talking about my experience with the last season that they had for sure, just to give you a bit more detail entirely, so yeah. So of course, if anything, that's of course what I'm going to be talking about here today for sure, so yeah, with that being said, let's get right on to this season that they had not too long ago. Okay, so yeah, now we can go ahead and talk about all the shows that are part of this season for sure, and of course, much like the last season, it was of course they held it over at the Landmark Theater up in Syracuse, which is still amazing, really great theater by the way, and I have to say it still is the perfect place to hold some really good Broadway shows that are stopping there for sure, and yeah, seems like yeah, it seems like it actually is a great venue for sure, to which I can't imagine myself hosting my own show over at that place for sure, but hey, what can you do at this point? So yeah, if you want a little bit more details, and of course my thoughts on the Landmark Theater entirely, again, my previous video will definitely explain it all for sure, so yeah, with that being said, let's get right on to the shows that are part of the 2022 to 2022 to 2023 Broadway and Syracuse season for sure. So yeah, and of course to start things off, I think it is quite fitting to talk about the first show that is, of course, part of that season, which is, of course, the timeless classic musical, which is Annie. So yeah, and of course, if anything, to start things off, I do have a bit of a history with, of course, Annie for sure. I did have fond memories of the 1999 made-for-television film that I watched on VHS as a kid. I it's even directed by one of my favorite directors, Rob Marshall, which is amazing for sure. And of course, pretty much in one future video that I'll do talking about my experience with, of course, the shows I've done during my high school years. Yeah, believe it or not, Annie was, of course, definitely one of them for sure, but I'll go more into depth on that in that video coming up very soon, So yeah, and of course, it is quite fitting that they actually decide to start off this season with, of course, That's a show, because yeah, pretty much around that time, the show itself actually got revived with, of course, a brand new touring company that they just had, which is actually really amazing. I do find it quite interesting that some of the classic ones had to get revived for sure, which I have to say is actually really great for sure. So excuse me, I'll just had a lot of breath in me. So yeah, and of course, I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering, did I actually get the chance to see it? And if so, what are my thoughts on that? well, of course, if anything, I think, if anything, this is gonna sound, shocking, for sure, but I didn't see, that, season. Now, hear me out on this one, so yeah. I guess about anything, sadly, I never actually, got to, see the, production of, Annie to, that actually did, kickstart, that, season, for sure, so yeah, and of course, there is actually a good reason on why I've actually decided not to see that one. Well, that's because a certain event was, of course, going around the exact same weekend as Annie was, of course, playing around that time, which is, of course, Retro Game Con. So yeah, I was mainly more focused on, of course, that's a convention that's currently going on around the same time that Annie was, of course, playing for sure, and for what it is, I do find it quite a shame that I had to miss out on that, but then again, I know for sure that convention was, of course, my main priority, and I had a good time for sure, and yeah, if you want a little bit more detail on that, I say go watch my convention vlog, of course, that's a convention for sure, just to get you that full idea, so yeah, despite me going to Retro Game Con, I sadly never got to see Annie for sure, but I do know around the time I was at the convention, my parents actually went to see that one, and they had a fun time. It was they thought it was actually really good for sure, so yeah. So yeah, they thought it was good. I sadly never saw it because, yeah, while my parents were having a good time seeing that show, I was, of course, having fun at that convention, at my video gaming convention I always loved going to every single year for sure. Although there is no denying for the fact I really nailed it on my Ballerina Barbara cosplay. It just looks absolutely adorable for sure, so yeah. Who knew the heck I had to get that across for sure, But hey, I'm sure the people at Broadway in Syracuse clearly understands for sure, so yeah. If you're wondering the heck, I may shoot to go to another convention around the same time another Broadway show is playing up in Syracuse. Well, that may or may not be a full-on guarantee, but I really need to get my priorities straight, so let's get that right. So yeah, that's my clear-cut explanation out of the way. Didn't see Annie. I was focused on Retro Game Con around the same time the show was playing, so there you go. On to the next one. Boy, I've actually embarrassed myself for saying that, so well, now that we got that embarrassment out of the way for sure, to which, yeah, I do feel embarrassed for actually saying that, but again, I'm sure the people at Broadway in Syracuse will understand at that point, So yeah, now we can go ahead and talk about the shows that I actually did get the chance to see for sure, and yeah, for while Annie was, of course, the one Broadway show to kickstart that season for sure, my real kickstart to the 2022 to 2023 season for me is, of course, the next show that they actually got to play, which is, of course, Tootsie. So yeah. Probably to best describe it in a full-on detail, I actually know nothing about Tootsie for sure. In fact, if anything, I think probably my best knowledge on, of course, that front is that I did recall seeing the performance of that said musical at the Tony Awards back in 2019, which was actually really quite fun for sure. So yeah, and I was actually I think I was actually quite curious to see on how the Broadway show will actually turn out if I actually did get the chance to actually see it for sure. And boy, it really did kickstart that season for me with a proper bang for sure, because Because yeah, I think from what I could gather, the musical itself is actually really incredible for sure. And yeah, I've actually got to see a really great one to kickstart that season, and for good reason as well for sure. So yeah, pretty much from what I'm actually seeing, it actually is way different from, of course, the movie that it's actually based on for sure. And I actually do like the nice subject matter that they decide to go for, sticking to, of course, the plot for the movie, but did mix things up a bit and actually keep it focused mainly on Broadway shows, which I have to say is actually a really good theme for, of course, that's a musical entirely, and I'm actually impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen, and yeah, the musical itself, my god, it was actually really phenomenal for sure, and I'm actually impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen entirely, everything from, of course, the story, the writing, the characters, and the brilliant comedy. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, the brilliant comedy, and of course, the really great musical numbers is just absolutely flawless by far. I really had a great time seeing this musical for sure. So yeah, I guess for what it is, I actually do think Tootsie is, of course, a really great one that they actually started off with just fine, and I'm impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen in its entirety for sure. There was anything wrong on that front for sure, and I wouldn't necessarily say that it is Tony Award winning material by far, but for what it is, I do think it is actually really well done in my opinion for sure. So yeah, really do love Tootsie as a musical for sure, and it really did an incredible job in exactly that. Truly a must-see for sure, so yeah. Okay, so now that we actually got that out of the way, we might as well go ahead and move on to the next show that I might as well talk about here today, and this one really took me by surprise for sure, and yeah, it is actually really incredible, and yeah, certainly one that I think deserves a whole lot of love, and of course for me to talk about for sure. And of course, the next musical that I decided to pretty much see as part of that season, which is of course man, my mind is of course wrapped up for a second. I'm so sorry. So yeah, and I do indeed apologize for my coughing for sure. Just had a lot in me, but anyways, I guess it makes sense to finally dive into the next musical that I want to talk about, which is of course Anastasia, and yeah. What can I say about Anastasia for sure that had a lot of people having for sure, and I think just a bit of context for sure. My best knowledge of course, Anastasia, to which in context of course, the musical, is, of course, I do have fond memories actually taking a look at the animated feature film Anastasia that's actually done by Don Bluth and Gary Goldman. Yeah, that's right, the same guys who actually did Secret of Nim, An American Tale, The Land Before Time, and just to name a few for sure, and yeah, I actually do have the movie on Blu-ray for sure that I kept around, of course, my Blu-ray collection entirely, and yeah, getting to see it entirely, I do think it's actually a really great movie for sure. Everything from, of course, what I've seen, the story, the characters, the animation, the songs, it is just absolutely incredible for sure. I do think Anastasia is, of course, a really great animated feature film for sure, if you actually take Disney out of the equation for sure. So yeah, I think it's what I can say for, of course, Anastasia pretty much in its entirety as a movie for sure, but hey, hopefully maybe some point around later on, I may actually review the movie at some point if I'm up for it at some point. But But anyways, onto the subject of course, the musical. I did remember years ago when I saw the teaser for it on YouTube. I was blown out of my mind just by seeing it, and it actually does look really, really promising. And I do hope to eventually see it at some point if I actually got the opportunity to. And well, of course, for this season, as part of that Broadway in Syracuse is actually putting out. When I saw that Anastasia is, of course, one of the shows that that's gonna be playing as a part of that season, I was like, yes, 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 yes. So yeah, and of course, I was actually quite curious to see on how it'll do for sure, because if anything, it's far different from what has been given to us in the movie entirely, and getting to see it live and in person, I say it is actually well worth the wait, and the musical itself is actually really damn good for sure. So yeah, literally from, of course, what I'm actually seeing, it's not just pretty much a carbon copy of course, the movie for sure. No, it wanted to try to do its own thing in its entirety, which I do think is actually really great for sure. And I think, if anything, the musical actually does work well doing its own thing rather than doing some stuff the animated feature film actually did for sure. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's nothing compared to, of course, The Lion King for sure, where, of course, it is basically being like the original animated feature film, but done a whole lot differently for sure, which still make it equally as great as the animated feature film. But I say Anastasia actually does work well as a musical, pretty much alongside as a movie for sure. And yeah, pretty much to get to see it live and in person for myself, based on my experience, it is actually really incredible for sure. I think they really nailed it on the head for sure, and I'm impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen on the stage for sure. And there were a lot of great moments in that musical that I can gather, with, of course, 3 of them that are basically my top favorites for sure. Like, of course, I actually shedding a tear after hearing Once Upon a December. I roared in applause at the end of Act 1 when they played Journey to the Past. And probably, I think, my all-time favorite of course, that's a musical would definitely have to come with the right into the number Quartet at the Ballet, where, of course, you have Anastasia singing on one side, the Queen singing on the other, and while all that is going on, a production of the Swan Lake Ballet is, of course, playing right there smack in the middle for sure, which I have to say, pretty much of anything, that number alone not only works well entirely, but it also does represent really great visual storytelling in its entirety. And you know, it's actually quite fitting as well, seeing of how, well, I did actually perform my skit in my Ballerina Barbara cosplay at TorCon not too long ago, where I did play the theme to Swan Lake for sure, which is actually quite an interesting thing for sure. So yeah, glad to know that actually did happen. So yeah. But anyways, those are, of course, my top 3 that are my all-time favorite after seeing Anastasia for sure. So yeah, on its own, I do think the musical is actually really great for sure. And yeah. And I guess, if anything, it is actually certainly one that you definitely have to see for yourself, just to see how it'll compare to, of course, the Don Bluth and Gary Goldman movie for sure. So yeah, if it actually is playing pretty much in your city, definitely go see this one for sure. Trust me when I say you won't be disappointed by it for sure. So yeah. Okay, so now we can go ahead and move on to the next musical that we're going to be talking about, and of course, pretty much of anything, if you think my thoughts on Tootsie and Anastasia are actually really great, to which, Yeah, I won't lie, they are actually really great musicals. So yeah, if that being the case, then I think I might as well explain one of the final two musicals that I'm gonna be talking about, because believe it or not, they both actually have played on Broadway pretty much all the way between 2016 and 2018 for sure. So yeah, two of the pretty much of the musicals that happened around that time is actually pretty much the final two musicals that are actually part of that said season, with one of them being the next one that I'm going to be talking about here today. So yeah, with that being said, we might as well move on to, of course, the next show I'm talking about, which is, of course, Come From Away. And yeah, I guess if anything, pretty much from my knowledge on, of course, Come From Away, I think from, of course, what I'm actually hearing, it actually does sound like a really interesting musical for sure, because if anything, probably from my knowledge, looking up the actual musical, this is actually more based on the true story that happened, where, of course, exactly 38 planes landed in Newfoundland with a bunch of people coming from away, staying there during the events of 9/11. And I know you are already thinking to yourself, wait a minute, a musical about one of the events that happened during 9/11? I smell a recipe for disaster. So yeah, that's literally, yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people had that reaction upon hearing that for sure. A musical based around one of the events that happened during 9/11? I smell a recipe for disaster for sure. So, but hey, luckily enough, it actually, from my knowledge, it did exceed past expectations for sure, and it actually turned out to be a really big hit, running on Broadway for quite a few years now, and it actually did got me quite interested for sure. And based upon hearing the cast album for sure, it did spark my curiosity entirely for sure, and I was really looking forward to see on how that'll go down for sure. And boy, getting to see the musical for myself is just absolutely incredible for sure. And I think for what it is, Come From Away really is a really well done musical to me for sure. Everything from, of course, what I've actually seen, they really did an incredible job with, of course, all of that. And having 12 actors play multiple having 12 actors play multiple parts for sure is just unbelievable, and I'm actually really quite thrilled they actually went in that direction for sure. And yeah, that's actually still one of the more reasons on how much I really do love that said musical for sure. And yeah, the way they actually recapture the events that actually did happen 20 plus years ago, it is just absolutely incredible. I do find it quite fascinating that they really did take the simple idea of course, something that happened during one of the darkest events in American history, and actually find a way to actually make it all the more engaging, something that you can actually be yourself in for sure. And I think Come From Away really did an incredible job in exactly that. And based on, of course, my viewing of course, that said musical, it really does do the job fine for sure, and I'm impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen in its entirety for sure. And yeah, everything else from the pretty much the songs and everything else that you can actually think of, and the way the set is actually built, you really are actually in that intense moment for sure, and you really do feel like you yourself have actually got yourself in the midst of Gander, Newfoundland for sure. And yeah, that's actually still one of the more reasons on how much I really love this musical in its entirety. They really did an incredible job in exactly that. And the best part, getting to hear the band play out after the musical wrapped up for sure, and they had the curtain call and everything. That's actually one of the main takeaways I got out for sure, because if anything, once it's all over, I just wanted more of course, all of that for sure. And And yeah, good thing too, because unlike the other musicals where they only had about 2 acts for sure, this one only had 1. So yeah, if anything, that's actually really quite incredible for sure. So yeah, pretty much getting to go the same route as other one-act musicals, like A Chorus Line, for example. Just having the musical play out all in 1 act for sure, where of course you get into your seat, the show plays out, and once it's over, you can go home. Yeah, I think it is actually really quite incredible for sure. And yeah, if they did spot it in only about 2 acts, then I think it would be rather complicated for sure. But hey, I'm glad they did it all in 1 act for sure, which actually makes it all the more incredible for sure. So yeah, I think it's what I can say for, of course, Come From Away for sure. It is a really great musical all the way, and certainly one of my new favorites for sure. So yeah. Alright, so that'll take care of exactly that, and oh, what's that? You thought I was done? Oh, no. I'm nowhere near done just yet, because we're down to, of course, the final musical that of course, I'm gonna be talking about for sure, and luckily enough, it only took us 3 months after Come From Away to finally get the chance to actually see it for sure, and boy, it was a fast 3 months to get to that point, but looks like we're now officially talking about it for sure. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the final show that's part of the 2022 to 2023 Broadway and Syracuse season for sure, which is of course the one that really did end that season off with a massive bang for sure, which is of course Dear Evan Hansen. So yeah, I guess it is no big surprise. I did have a bit of an interesting history regarding Dear Evan Hansen for sure. Like, of course, if you may recall, years ago, I did talk about its big screen movie adaptation that came out a couple of years ago for sure, to which I did do a thoughts video on that, to which, by the way, I am planning on revisiting that said movie just to see if my thoughts has changed, which it kind of did for sure, but I'll go more into depth on that later on in its own video for sure. But for now, I want to mainly focus on, of course, the musical for sure, and yeah, bit of quite an interesting coincidence from what I could gather, because yeah, this actually came out about yeah, I think it actually came around 2 years after I got to see the movie for sure, and keep in mind, in regards to, of course, the last season I did, when I actually saw Cats for sure, that happened 3 years after its god-awful movie adaptation for sure, to which, yeah, thankfully the musical on its entirety is actually really good therapy for me. So yeah, I guess in regards to seeing Dear Evan Hansen as a musical just almost 2 years after seeing the movie, I'm not gonna lie, I think it was actually a much better experience for me for sure, because yeah, the musical itself is actually a really great one for sure. I'm glad they actually picked this one off for pretty much to end that season off for sure, to which, by the way, Broadway and Syracuse, thank you so much for hearing my prayers to have this musical play. I love you guys for that, guys. But yeah, I guess if anything, the musical itself is actually really incredible for sure. I think from what I've actually seen, they really did oh, excuse me, so yeah, they really did an incredible job with, of course, the way they flowed out the story, the way they actually developed the characters, and of course, the musical numbers actually really are toe-tapping for sure, and I couldn't get enough of them in their entirety for sure, and yeah, pretty much from what I can gather, it did tackle upon the pretty much the really touching subject matters they had, like, of course, suicide and depression, to which, yeah, it is actually really quite hard to tackle for sure, but I think the musical really did an incredible job in tackling that said subject matter for sure, and yeah, pretty much, if anything, they really flowed together just fine for sure, and And yeah, I guess if anything, they really did an incredible job with what I've actually seen for sure, which actually makes it all the more incredible to watch for sure. And yeah, pretty much the way they literally had everything surrounding us, everything from posts on social media and stuff, and everything else that you can actually think of, really does help breathe in the environment this movie is giving us for sure, which actually makes it all the more incredible in its entirety. So yeah, I guess if anything, I really do think Dear Evan Hansen really worked well as a musical for sure, and yeah, pretty much it's right up there alongside Come From Away as definitely one of my new favorites for sure in its entirety. So yeah. But although currently, as of now, the touring company being sadly wrapped up for sure, just exactly about pretty much, I think, about 1 to 2 years after the Broadway production closed for sure, which is actually such a shame for sure. But hey, it was fun while it lasted, and I did. And I am lucky to actually finally get to see it right before it wrapped up its run for sure. So yeah, who knows, maybe some point around later on in the near future, I would definitely love to see this musical make a massive comeback for sure. So yeah, and if that being the case, is it too late for me to actually get myself prepared for when I'll eventually play Evan Hansen for a future production of that? Well, hey, a guy can dream, can't he? So yeah. I'll go, pretty much, as a whole, Dear Evan Hansen, really great musical, and I'm glad that Broadway and Syracuse ended their season with that show pretty much giving it a massive bang to end on for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can gather on my part. So yeah. And so yeah, I guess that's pretty much about it. That's about 4 of the 5 musicals that I actually got to see as part of the Broadway and Syracuse 2022 to 2023 season for sure, which is actually quite a shame, but hey, what can you do at this point for sure? So yeah, I guess for my overall final thoughts on, of course, this season, yeah, compared to last season they had, I think they did a really great one for sure. I think it is a really great step up to, of course, what they've actually done the previous season, since it actually worked out quite well for sure, and really cranked it up a notch in its entirety with a really great amount of shows they actually put out for sure, which actually does result in a really great time, in my personal opinion, that I couldn't get enough of for sure. And like I said, once it's all over, I just wanted more of course, all of this for sure. So yeah, I guess about anything, they really nailed it this season for sure, and really is something that I couldn't get enough of for sure. And yeah, all the shows they actually played out are really great lineups they actually brought in for sure, which actually makes it all the more better in its entirety. So yeah, on the whole, pretty much the 2022 to 2023 season, definitely really great, a massive step up compared to last season for sure, and I'll be quite curious to see on how it'll go down for the next season for sure, which is actually quite fitting that I actually should mention that for sure, though I guess beforehand, I think I know in my last video I did a whole pretty much a full-on ranking of course, the shows I've actually seen from pretty much greatest to Lisa for sure. But I guess for the case of this season, I don't have to do it for, of course, this video. All the shows I've actually seen for, of course, this season are actually really great for sure. And I do think they are well worth checking out for sure. So yeah, there you go. I don't need to do a full-on ranking of course, the shows I've seen that had a season for sure, compared to what I did in the last video. They're all really great, so yeah. And if you think that's actually really great, hands down, I think probably by the time this video goes live, they've already gotten started with, of course, this season, which is, of course, the 2023 to 2024 Broadway and Syracuse season that they currently got going on as of now. So yeah, they had just started right around yesterday, and as of now, they're really getting themselves going for sure. With of course 6 new shows they just added in for sure. Those consist of Mean Girls, Aladdin, Hairspray, Pretty Woman the Musical, Hadestown, and Six the Musical, which I'm not gonna lie, is actually really great for sure. So yeah, you got yourself a pretty much a mixture of some pretty much some recent Broadway shows that's been around, one classic one that's been around for a couple of decades, and one that I did get to see on Broadway back in 2014 that I'm planning on revisiting sometime soon. So yeah, that's actually a really great lineup for sure, and I'm quite curious to see on how it'll go down. But that does beg the other question for sure. Would I be able to see all of the shows that are part of this season that they currently got going on as we speak? I don't think so. I mean, don't get me wrong, they actually got a really great lineup for sure, and I'm excited to see a good number of them, but keep one thing in mind. I've already got some main priorities on my part that I think should be taken care of for sure. Like, of course, I still got video projects to work on. I've got some movies that I would love to see on the big screen for sure, and I've also got work and helping the family, and not to mention I even have to go out to conventions for sure. Yeah, just to really mix things up a bit. So yeah, I guess in terms of seeing all the shows that are part of this season that's currently going on, I don't think that's actually gonna happen for sure, because if anything, pretty much, if anything, as fun as those would be to actually go see for sure, I do also want to keep my main focus on my main priorities for sure. Like, for example, I know Pretty Woman would actually be a really fun musical to actually see, but I do know TorCon is actually happening around the same time for sure. So if people were to ask me if I prefer one or the other to go to, then chances are my chances will actually go that I would probably go to a TorCon way more than seeing Pretty Woman for sure. But yeah, that's just on my 2 cents for sure, but yeah, and I think I do know that Broadway and Syracuse does give you the option to, of course, switch up the dates so that way you can actually see the shows that they got lined up one day, and actually keep your priority on, of course, one thing the next day for sure, which is actually a good option. So yeah, if that time actually does come around, I would actually go for that option just to save me more time for sure, but only time will tell on the hang up for sure. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they have to offer with, of course, this season, but chances are I'm not going to be able to see all of the shows that they got lined up for sure. Yeah, I've got other things that I need to focus on in its entirety, and yeah, as fun as those will be, I don't want to keep everything focused on, of course, just all the shows as part of the Broadway and Syracuse season for sure. And just by saying that out loud, I think it looks like I think I've already made my mom a little upset for sure. So yeah, all I can say is, Mom, sorry. But another part of me wants to say, sorry, not sorry. Holy crap, I've already embarrassed myself for saying that again. Go to the next subject matter while I sort this out, so yeah. And so, yeah, I guess that pretty much do exactly the heck. That's pretty much my overall thoughts on, of course, the Broadway and Syracuse 2022 to 2023 season for sure. And, of course, my brief inner thoughts on what I think should go down for, of course, this current season as as of now for sure. But I want to end this video off with, of course, pretty much something I did, like I did in the last video, which is, of course, going over the stuff and the merch that I got during the last season for sure. And probably not much for sure, but it's still actually great in its entirety. Like, of course, pretty much for starters, I have, of course, got this really awesome poster of course, Come From Away, which is actually really incredible, and it's standing there right alongside my other posters that I actually got, which, I won't lie, is actually really great for sure. So yeah, if anything, I do actually love it that I do have that, and of course my Newsies poster facing each other in different sides for sure, which I have to say is actually a really great blend for sure, and yeah, I think it pretty much speaks for itself. So yeah, really do love that poster for sure, and it's certainly up there alongside my Hamilton poster that I currently got for sure. And to top it all off, I've of course got myself a couple of t-shirts for sure. So yeah, I guess for starters, seeing how I know my parents actually went to see Annie around the same time I was at Retro Game Con, they actually got me this really awesome shirt of course Annie, which I have to say is, of course, really incredible in its entirety, and yeah, I just couldn't get enough of course, pretty much seeing this shirt for sure. It is actually really quite incredible in its entirety, and it is actually very well done for sure. So yeah. Such a shame I didn't get to see the musical, as Retro Game Con was my main focus, but hey, I really do love this shirt regardless, so yeah. And of course, one that is probably my all-time favorite is, of course, I actually got this really awesome shirt that I got when I saw Dear Evan Hansen for sure, which, I'm not gonna lie, actually does resemble Evan's polo shirt for sure, to which, yeah, I have to say is actually really incredible for sure, and I'm impressed with what I've actually seen in its entirety, and luckily enough, I did actually got it myself for sure, and long story short, I did, yeah, I think they were all sold out of some men's size medium for sure, so I thought I would probably get like a large or an extra large for sure, but of course, if anything, my mom really does agree with me in saying that it's a really great shirt, but of course, it was probably way too big for me, so we actually pretty much exchanged that for, of course, this pretty much this small size shirt that would probably fit me better, to which, yeah, I could probably take it for sure, but hey, regardless of course the size of the shirt for sure, it's still a really awesome shirt that I actually got for sure, and who knows what I'll actually do with it for sure. In fact, could there be a strong possibility that I might actually put together an Evan Hansen cosplay since after getting this shirt? I can see that happening for sure, but hey, I'll get it figured out later on, but hey, regardless of course all that, it is actually a really great shirt, and I'm impressed that I finally got it in my hand, so yeah, really great shirt, highly recommend it entirely, so yeah. And on that thought, that'll pretty much do exactly that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and by all means, if you are one of many people who have also been part of the 2022 to 2023 Broadway and Syracuse season, definitely let me know what you thought about that season in the comment section below. I would definitely love to know on what you guys think of it for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and of course on that thought, probably by the time this video goes live, I'm already getting myself prepared to actually see the pretty much this current season that they currently got for sure. So yeah, hopefully I think once I actually do get that pretty much get that out of the way, I'll hopefully maybe do another video talking about my thoughts on, of course, this season for sure, and of course I have one question that I want to ask all of you. Do you guys want me to do separate videos talking about pretty much the shows I've actually seeing as part of the season, just to save me time from, of course, doing videos like this. Or would you prefer me talking about my experience and, of course, giving my quick thoughts on, of course, pretty much these shows like I did 2 times already? Let me know what you guys think for sure. So, but hey, I guess on that thought, I guess I might as well wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, yeah, I'll be sure to share all of you guys pretty much my experience and, of course, my thoughts on each show separately through my posts on social media for sure, just to really see what you guys are missing out on for sure. But hey, I guess until then, and right up until I'll actually go see those shows that are currently going on as we speak, all I can say is thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Hey guys, this is Ackley, SamAttack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and showing support to me on both of my wish lists on Amazon and Right Stuff Anime, and even supporting me with my link on Streamlabs that you can find on my Twitch page. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.